Oh, we're live. Yeah, I like this one better.
So much better.
It is a lot better.
It's a lot better. For those of you who weren't born in 2007, this is Bobby Lashley's old music, which actually sounds like a wrestling theme. Go figure.
Weird. It's like he's a wrestler or something, right?
Yeah, but if you saw him the last month or two, you'd be even doubting that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it's not because of his
It's
wrestling.
really not him. No, it's not his fault.
He needs a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
He needs a Paul Heyman.
So I'm going to tell you a little something interesting as I just turn this down a little bit. First of all, welcome to the War Report, brought to you by TagMeADate.com, the first and only dating site exclusively for fans of professional wrestling. With a roster of over 80,000 superstars and divas, you too can find your tag team match on TagMeADate.com. So, yesterday, someone announced their departure from MLW, which is Major League Wrestling, from Court Bauer, former WWE employee Court Bauer. Tony Schiavone works for him. Colonel Robert Parker works for him. The MLW radio network has Pritchard and Conrad Thompson and Bischoff and all those guys. So they promoted shows in the past. They took some years off. They kept the MLW name alive with the podcasts, and now they're back doing live shows. However, one of their contracted talents is no longer a contracted talent. MVP has announced his departure from MLW. So
he has expressed interest in returning. I have heard that.
I pose this to you: even if he's not a wrestler, MVP comes back in one of those nice MVP suits.
Word.
You know, and becomes the business manager for Bobby Lashley, and he's like a
Beatdown Clan, but just not.
It's kind of his beatdown, right? But no, they could make him like he's the Don King, promoting the fight and kind of talking over the top.
Weren't they somewhat together in TNA towards the end too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I said Beatdown Clan.
Beatdown Clan, yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Nobody knows the names of the groups.
He's a perfect mouthpiece. You're right.
He's always been great on the microphone.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, so I think that's something that could work.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So we'll see if that leads to anything, because he did announce his departure. So maybe it's one of those things where he had to give his notice so he could.
Do they have any of those? Do they have any of those no compete or any of that shit over there? Do you know?
They just got a TV deal. It's basically a super indie. So probably not. They're probably. I mean, most of the indies, aside from even Ring of Honor, kind of is a little lenient nowadays,
especially with certain people. Yeah,
they let them fulfill their commitments and then go. You know, there's no real non-compete, and even if there was, I mean, MLW. So he announced it yesterday. What do you wait? 30 days, 60 days?
Right.
Bobby Lashley needs it sooner rather than later, but if you need to wait, you can wait. But yeah, he needs an injection of. Wait a minute, it's a wrong way of saying things. We're talking about Bobby Lashley, but no, he needs an injection of personality or something, because he's not the voice. It's a Mike Tyson thing, where the voice doesn't match the body, but Tyson was crazy, like legitimately crazy, and the things that he said were insane about eating your children and praying to Allah and all that. My defense is impregnable. You know what I mean? He was just great in the fact that he was nuts. So he could say weird shit, and it was this big guy with a high-pitched voice who sounded like a crazy person. Bobby Lashley's just a big guy with a high-pitched voice who just sounds like a guy with a high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't have any eyebrows.
And he's not bad. It's just
he's really not. He's a good wrestler. He's good wrestler.
Convincing. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, because he absolutely killed it in Impact, I think.
Yeah, because they changed how he was presented, and he was a heel, so it was different. He'd cut different kinds of promos.
Didn't he collect all the titles at one point?
Yeah, he wore all the belts at one point, which is always nice.
He just needs to not talk and just dominate in the ring, and he'll be a force.
Yeah.
Or put him with someone else that could actually strategically talk.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is not the best person to pair him up with to talk with.
You can't have two non-talkers in a
in a talking segment.
Yeah. Oh,
Right. Well, let's put it this way. Like the whole thing with Roman Reigns and John Cena. Roman Reigns sucked during that segment, but John Cena, because of how good John is, he tore him apart, and the segment ended up being pretty good because he called him out on his shit.
It's called a promo.
Yeah, exactly.
the promo, yeah.
There was no one there to do that last night, so it just was like crickets.
When Cena said that to him, he's like, "It's called a promo. Learn how to do one."
And I almost called him Joe Anoa'i. That's dumb of me. But Roman Reigns stole the Bob thing from Rusev because Rusev was calling Bobby Lashley Bob Lashley.
He stole it from what about Bob? He stole it from Bill Murray 20 years ago.
What about Bob? Yeah, but like Rusev was doing Bob Roode, and now there's Bob Lashley. And Bob Roode and Bob Lashley. It sounds like a law firm. Yeah, it's the two Bobs from Office Space, right? Is that
you know those stupid memes? This is Bob. Bob is this. Don't be Bob.
Like Bob. Yeah.
That's exactly what I felt like I was watching.
This is Bob. Bob can cut a promo. Be like Bob.
Yeah. Oh, that would be funny.
If that's my boss. And what's worse is that's my boss's name.
Oh, that's
so like I sent him this last night. I'm like, Bob, watch this. He's like, you're giving Bob's a bad name.
Straight from the Bob's mouth. Yeah.
But it would have been great for if John Cena interrupted the promo on the Titantron. Guys, it's a promo. Learn it. And just that's it.
They should just have that DVR'd and ready to go on the Titantron.
Yeah, queued up.
Instead of the gong from the Gong Show, they just play that.
That's when you need Chris Jericho to be like, will you please shut the hell up?
Oh, Chris Jericho.
Attitude Era days where he stretched it out real long as well.
Yeah. Please, never, ever cut a promo again.
On the plus side, it's still miles ahead of Lashley's thing with Sami Zayn. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's not saying much, though. So.
Yeah, there was no sisters.
Yeah, wait until Roman Reigns and the rest of the Shield come out dressed like Bobby Lashley's sisters to continue the bit.
Believe that.
Or Roman sisters, and they're all dressed in Shield.
Believe that.
They get Alpha Jr. and Lance back
because everybody's annoyed.
Yeah, seriously, they could get Alpha Jr. and Lance, and maybe one of the other ones, and they could all dress like Bobby Lashley's sisters.
Exactly. There's like 10 million Anoys. You can find a couple.
They should actually find 3 girls to play his sisters, and they should just be like ridiculously hot. Maybe they're like a singing trio. They
what
sing
about
in the ring.
Just some random MMA fighters and just have awkward as hell, and then they just beat ass.
It would be great if it was just like he found like 2 white girls and a Latina. Like, yo, those are my sisters. Why you gotta discriminate? And then they just come in and beat the shit.
Why are you hating?
What?
Well, I mean, Lashley did fight one of his cousins a long time ago, Umaga.
Oh yes, continuity. There can be a little they could show clips of the Umaga stuff if they show. I don't know if they show him or not.
But he is tied to Trump, so that's also a political firestorm.
Who is Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley. What?
Umaga.
Oh, Umaga. Oh, okay.
But the Bobby Lashley too. That whole.
Yeah, that was all. That was all the Trump. Right. So I have something that I want to bring up quickly. But I also know Amanda has a whole thing. So what should we do first? Should we do Amanda's thing?
I mean, ladies first.
Yes. So, all right. Let me get my screen sharing thing up. Let's see if I can figure this out here. So,
yes.
The wall
Amanda had a little fun on social media this week.
That's not what I wanted to show you.
Oh, but it's what everybody wants to see.
Yeah, baby.
So I think that's sexual harassment. I'm not sure. After the 3rd or 4th one, you're enjoying it too much. So that wasn't exactly what we wanted to show, but
this is awesome. I'm sorry.
So this is Amanda. I'll have you notice something as well. Have you not tweeted in 22 hours? Is this the last thing you tweeted?
I think so. So go to the latest.
Oh.
Quickly.
Okay. So where? I'm Twitter illiterate here.
See it at the beside top. No.
Oh, latest. You know what? I gotta go
Telemarketer.
to your name first, and then I'll go to.
No.
No, go back. I was right. I did the right thing. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me go back. We gave your Twitter a good plug now. Everybody sees what it is. All right. So what is this? Wow. All right. So
all it is
Steve-O Cooks. Even up to an hour ago.
Yeah.
Jesus, you tweeted this 22 hours ago. Get over it, people. We live in a digital world. That shit's old.
Wait.
News.
Are you paid to promote at Craft Dinner? If not, you should be. Get it? Spelling bee, Craft Dinner, spelling.
Steve-O Cooks.
Is an Uber
111
foodie.
followers. Sounds like a creep. Sounds like a huge creep.
You're an Uber foodie, so you drive a car and you eat food. So you really have a
Uber
lot
foodie.
to say hard.
Don't eat and drive at the same time.
Only has upsides.
Eating
and driving, that's it.
Let's see these. What are these assholes saying?
In fact, now all my tweets will go through this thread. Okay.
Yeah,
get her on here
I'm using
with
my
your
Bluetooth.
Soggy ass Captain
So I
Crunch.
put my phone where.
Gang for life. Untag me from this thread, virgins. Wow.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I stepped in a little bit.
They called me a glass of milk.
Oh, this guy Steve is definitely trying to sleep with you.
Man.
Or see naked pictures, by the way. Foodie Dan, I think he's trying to sleep with you. Anyway, why are people so butthurt over this? Thank you, person Brad Livingston. Who's
awesome. Someone named Skull Freak is saying that the man is awesome. What are you, 12?
and he quoted.
Yes, she is 12.
Oh no.
They said they go to me. You'll never be as good as Roman. You'll never win a championship or be a Grand Slam
Yes,
champion.
Roman has been something you probably never will be, a fucking champion, a Grand Slam champion at that. Well, you know
Honestly, I'm not a wrestler.
what? Also, like, I hate to, because this sounds like something that a guy named Skullfreak2323 doesn't know yet. Wrestling's fake.
Right?
It is.
Real.
He's a champion in the way that Burger King is the king of burgers. You know,
He makes the money. That's why he's champion.
right. He's not. There was no valiant effort put forth in which he gruelingly earned a championship through sheer force of will. This is all. It's a story. Skull Freak 2323. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe he doesn't know. I think he doesn't know.
Dude,
It's still real to him, damn it.
He's one of those kids that lives in India and films wrestling shows in the little back alley. That's what he probably is.
Dude,
And they kill each other with ladders and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
This is
And they have
absurd.
Too many people looking.
And they have
What
20
kind of
Roman
Captain
Reigns in
Crunch
a 20-man Royal Rumble.
Oh, I said that because they said
I
that
love
Mike would look like Captain Crunch.
I
So
love
here's a tip for the RJWWE. Unless you actually work for the WWE, don't put it in your fucking Twitter handle.
Sasha Banks, Carmella, Roman Reigns saved me. Schizo, bipolar, depression. Be careful when advancing. Don't worry. We don't want to go around. It's okay.
That's great. Enjoy your time on the internet. The RJWWE. I'm sure that username will come in hand. It'll get verified once you get signed by them. That's how that works. So Godspeed.
Really?
So
It's
not gonna
in that
happen.
picture.
Did your parents ever teach you not to play with your food? You're
I
triggered
got that
because
one.
someone.
It was just a harmless, funny tweet. I thought it was hysterical.
It was hilarious.
PW Gifts. Hey, somebody with three. The PW Gifts is on your side here.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. What he just says Roman Reigns sucks a bunch of times. That's his opinion pretty much. I like this one. Somebody at least admitted it. You got me there.
Yes, because I did.
Yeah. So you got. Oh my God! I can't believe so many people tweeted at you about this stupid thing.
You don't understand. I woke up this morning and I had like 100 notifications from Twitter.
Yeah, baby, you're going viral.
Oh, here we go. No, this is a real one. Remember when I told you it was an Indian person who watches wrestling and thinks it's real and films matches in the dusty alley next to their little hovel? This is that guy.
Oh my
What's
God.
his? Read it.
It says, just want attention. Oh, wow, it's working, though, crying face. Keep using Roman's name. He don't mind at all. You can tell that they're not a native speaker because there's no apostrophe there. They're either not a native speaker or they're just ignorant. So have a nice day, Juana. I ordered a Buana the other day. They were out of shawarma, so I ordered a Bajuana. It wasn't as good as the shawarma, and neither are you, Buana Roman fan.
You know what? We should open the invitation to anyone that actually did tweet to you to come on and fucking defend this shit.
We've got to tag all of them and link this video where I'm just saying terrible things.
Here's the thing that I don't get is that it's not like Amanda's posting as this like just irrational Roman Reigns hate. It was just a random like, oh, Roman sucks in the macaroni. That's hysterical.
Yeah, it wasn't even like see, this guy got it. Ouija food. That's fun. You know, he's in on the thing. Like people take it so seriously. I was just enjoying this.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one did cocaine as a hell of a drug or something like that.
Wait, what does that one say below it though? Sounds like 5-year-old screaming at keyboard.
Through his keyboard, keep talking shit, little kid. Probably this guy, Reigns trash, because it's all lowercase with no punctuation. Okay, one punctuation. Good job. You figured that one out. I was just enjoying the show. IDKYU. These are all individual letters, by the way. Feel the need to do the most, though you guys swear you hate Roman, but he says, coming out your mouth always, exclamation point. Focus on you are faves, and if you don't like him, stop talking AB him. Man, you ran out. Your stupid thought ran for so long with no punctuation, you couldn't even finish the word about. The fuck is wrong?
Are people that lazy that they can't write fucking words? God damn.
Someone last night couldn't finish and.
How many people put Roman Reigns in their fucking Twitter? Do you like Roman Reigns that much that 77 people that follow you have to know you like Roman Reigns?
Yep.
All of them,
Jesus Christ.
God.
Oh, she's the. Wait a minute. This guy's the biggest fan. But she says she's the biggest fan. I can't figure this out. There's an imposter here. Who's the biggest Roman Reigns fan?
Not me.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these
find him here.
Fucking jabronis.
Here's the thing. It's not even Roman himself. It's the way
this
he's
guy,
booked.
Brandon actually has 747 followers, and he's followed by a couple, like a news site. Okay, good for you, Brandon. Brandon is what they call an incel. That's an involuntary celibate. That's somebody who doesn't get laid not because they're celibate in a way where they took an oath or a vow. They're celibate because they're so unfuckable nobody wants to touch their penis. So then then that repressed rage and all the comebacks up in their balls and goes backwards and doesn't feel good. So they have to express it by hating women on the internet. That's what this guy does.
Plays with her food to get retweets.
Yeah, she's playing with her food.
Masturbate like a normal person.
That's the joke. Yeah. What is she supposed to do? Finger herself on Instagram? No, fucking dummy.
I'm just gonna go out there. You know what? That's a bunch of fucking snowflakes right there, man.
You know, all these kids, they have to be kids. Because if they're over 20, I feel really, really shitty about the future of this world.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad. I'll be dead.
I'll be dead.
One way or another, I'll be dead.
One way or another, I'm dying.
Ridiculous.
I'm either gonna be killed by them or I'm gonna just kick it.
Oh man!
It's also crazy how many people thought it was soup.
It wasn't soup. Wait, hold on. It wasn't soup. Come on, be real. That cheesy substance that looks like macaroni cheese is not soup.
Go figure. A guy. I really like Pro Wrestling Gift's response to Himanshu Singh, the lost third Singh brother.
That's a good one.
He couldn't get his wheelchair into the stadium. There wasn't a handicapped entrance where he was on that side of the building. But the response, a Roman fan from India, say it ain't so. Yeah, I agree. Again,
there's a bear crap in the woods.
No, Amanda.
Wrestling's fake. Enjoy your life.
Amanda, this is the most important question, though, honey. Did you cook the pasta yourself?
I did.
Yay!
Oh, hey, you learned how to boil water and cook things. You're progressing.
and you spelled something from something you cooked. So there you go. Everything
I'd like to say you spelled that better than most of the people tweeting at you spelled their tweets.
Yeah.
You know.
They're horrendous.
Brian, that was a good comment. You do realize you're on the internet, correct?
Maybe the internet isn't for you, Ryan. Oh, that's nice.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Those wrote themselves.
They did. That's pathetic. You have a whole wait. You have a whole bowl of macaroni alphabet.
Cooked it to do what? Spell out Roman sucks for a bit. Once again, let me see. Icon by nature. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares.
Definitely not by nature. Because
another involuntary celibate who doesn't get laid and takes it out on women on the internet.
You got pictures of Oprah, Gabrielle Union. What is that?
It's some kind of video.
So those are the icons that you're not.
As if hold on, I want to break this down. There's some response here. I'm sure I don't care. I can't hear it when they talk. No, it's muted. That's what I mean. But there's the tweet here. You made a whole bowl of macaroni alphabet just to spell. No, she was eating her food. Like that wasn't. You didn't just spell Roman sucks. So I'm gonna throw it out now.
Yep. That's all I did.
Moron. I like how some people deleted their tweets, as they should.
Who gives a fuck even if she did? It's her bowl of food. It's her Twitter. Who cares?
A lot of people care.
Well, they're idiots.
Apparently.
I've had people call my business looking for me because I post on my personal Facebook, and these are strangers from halfway across the country that are insane. They actually care that much.
They're morons.
They are morons, but at least I know my social media reach is pretty broad. Is this what you do for RTs just because you got Roman on the brain? Oh,
Does she have the Roman Empire as her back? Oh, give me a break.
She does. And Tawana's Twitter description is just Roman fucking reigns.
Born to reign.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's cringy.
I'm so happy for you that your life is defined by somebody else's fame and notoriety.
You know what?
That will never notice you.
Right? They don't know who you are.
I know it's true that, like, the fact of us that we're all diehard wrestling fans and we love this business, but this is just plain, like, stan-like shit. Like, stalker fan crap. Like, you can't talk about my Roman Reigns like that. What's wrong with you? Don't you realize he's like my 15th husband? What the hell?
Yeah, they feel like they have personal relationships with these people because they see them on TV, or maybe have gone to an autograph signing and been with them.
And he told them that he was his favorite band to everybody at the autograph signing.
Because here's how this goes. I'm going to use some real life examples here. You're going to go up to an autograph signing and go, hey, oh my God, Roman Reigns, my name's Tawana, at Reigns Section on Twitter. Do you remember me? I tweeted at you after TLC. Yeah, baby girl. I saw that. I like that. You're my favorite fan. I support you. Believe in Roman Reigns. Oh my God, believe that. Believe that. Oh no. Oh my God. All right. And then you're going to walk away. And then this furry bitch with the paws on her profile is going to walk up. And she's going to go, oh my God. Roman Reigns, don't you know me? No Reps BK1 on Twitter. I tweeted you after Money in the Bank. Didn't you see it? You liked it. Yeah, baby girl. I saw that tweet and I liked it. Thank you for the support. You're my favorite fan. Believe in the Shield. Oh my God. And then she's going to walk away and it's going to happen another fucking 1,000 times because they don't know you. They don't owe you anything.
They might just hear Dido in my head right now.
God.
All I'm thinking is, oh my God, they killed Kenny.
You bastards.
So Vince, you said you had something too.
Oh yeah, so this is another to continue on with fucking internet nerds.
Gene from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, somebody put Gene from Bob's Burgers. Wonderful, thank you.
Oh God.
Marcalis, marvelous Mark. Oh, he's a.
So now next week you got to say Alexa sucks and tweet it.
Oh my God! Every week you just tweet something negative about a fan favorite and see what the response is.
You got to make macaroni pasta every week.
That would be funny. All right, so here's the deal. Over the weekend, Kenny Omega co-promoted a New Japan wrestling show with CEO, which is a professional video gaming tournament. So this was at first they were trying it out to see how the response was. In Florida, they had it was pro wrestling mixed with professional gaming, so you have wrestling matches and gaming tournaments. It went off really well. It was live on Twitch, all this. So here's what happened. In the preliminary match, in the dark match, before the cameras even went on, a guy wrestled named Chasen Rance. And I hate that I even have to bring up his name because I don't need to be all up in this guy's personal business. But unfortunately, his personal business is public record because he is on the sex offender registry. Something about inappropriate contact with a girl between 10 and 15 or something like that. I don't know the exact thing. Listen, I'm going to say I think that's what it was when I read it because I don't want to get sued by anybody. I think. So
you don't want that in your Google search.
Right. But he is on the sex offender registry. He's been wrestling for, I don't know. I've heard of the name before, so he's been wrestling at least 10 years. I didn't know he was any kind of sex offender. And neither did Kenny Omega. So people got up in arms. They got on their Twitter hate machine, as they usually do, and they crucified and are still, like 3 or 4 days later, they're crucifying Kenny Omega online because this guy came into the show. Now, here's the fucked up part. Just so everybody knows, wrestling is a small business, but it's not so small that you know every single person's business. I didn't know Chasen Rance was on the sex offender registry. That's just not. He's not in their territory. Still exists, folks. Look it up. You can only drive a couple hours before you get fucking sick of it and say this is the farthest I'm driving for a wrestling show. You don't know everybody. You can't know everybody. You can't know everybody's business. Kenny Omega went online. He said, I take responsibility for this because I hired a company to bring the ring in and a couple of wrestlers to wrestle a dark match. He says, I don't know Chasen Rance. I didn't know he was a sex offender. I've only met him once before in my life. And he went on the referral or the recommendation of the people who brought the ring and a couple wrestlers in. It's a quid pro quo thing. If you're bringing in a ring, you bring a couple guys. The guys that put together the ring, they get to wrestle in the match, some preliminary matches, and get working in front of the crowd. It's an exchange that you do. Kenny Omega took full responsibility. He acknowledged that he didn't know that the guy was a section on the section.
He have to take responsibility.
He shouldn't, but he did. He said he would offer refunds to anyone that was offended.
Give me a
serious. And I feel like now we're at the point in where apologizing just gets you even more hate because now they know they got you. So people have been piling on.
It's not like he hired him for the main event, knowing his
reputation. And listen, and I'm not going to defend somebody who's potentially a horrible, terrible pedophile, but I will say, if he's not in jail, there's potential that this person learned from their mistakes and is living one day at a time trying to make themselves better. And I'm giving him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. This guy could be staring at little girls in the fucking Forever 21 in the mall. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if he's not in jail, that means he's not doing the old pie man check on anybody. He's not doing it. So
what's his name?
He's on the straight and narrow. Something.
Chasen Rance. I think it's CHASYNRANCE. Something like that. So, but I hate this response because people are still saying, "Oh, Kenny Omega should have known better." Blah, blah, blah. Like, what do they want to do? Fucking give up his New Japan IWGP Championship? Do they want him to fucking get Me Too'd and get fired? Like, what is the recourse
and then
here?
It still wouldn't be enough,
right? But why? He already acknowledged that it was wrong. He took responsibility when he didn't need to. Obviously, he said that in his statement. Obviously, if I knew somebody was a sex offender, I wouldn't put him on the show. It was a mistake of he didn't know. So,
because it's the spoiler about the internet. It's never enough.
I know, and I hate it.
He was charged in 2010 with lewd and lascivious back of a teenage girl. One person.
Okay, so I mean,
and that was 2010.
Yeah, so listen, one is more than enough.
No, and he pled out admitting it that's what happened, but he's also attested to the fact that he was under the impression that she, every excuse that she was 18. So
Yeah,
this
he
wasn't
always-
like it wasn't like it was like a 10-year-old girl.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, there are levels. Despite the fucking hard line everybody wants to draw on things nowadays, there are levels to stuff. And yes, in general,
I'm not defending it either. I'm just saying.
right. In general, all molestation or unwanted touch is bad. But again, there are levels because sometimes somebody gets murdered. Sometimes just somebody gets their ass
Things aren't
slapped by
black and
Andy
white.
Dick. Yeah, like Andy Dick just got put. I think he's going to trial because he slapped some lady's ass in public, and that's bad. But is it as bad? Like there are levels. That's like a level 1, and then level 10 is like Jimmy Snooked. But I hate this response that people are trying.
Level 10, the WWE CD forcible entry.
Oh God, forcible entry. That's. I wish I had a button to put. I need more sound effects. I need some kind of Ryan told a joke bomb, not bomb, but like celebratory and confetti and stuff. I haven't moved the party lights into this room, so I can't give him the party lights. But yeah, I don't get it. So that's what happened. I figured that's something that maybe you guys wouldn't be aware of. It wouldn't be within your sphere. I figured I wanted to get somebody else's take on it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I really wasn't very familiar with it. But I will say this: it is now 7:30, and we do have some stuff to talk about, and we do have 3 or 4 questions we got to get to as well.
All right, let's do it.
So one thing, I think the biggest thing is we should talk Sasha Bailey. Bailey finally lost her shit, and I thought that was fabulous. So what are our thoughts? People are thinking it's a Bailey heel turn. Eric definitely does not think so. I don't necessarily think it was a heel turn. I thought it could have been because she was doing heel as shit. But, you're still going to root kind of for both of them. And that's how it's going. And then, of course, we get the return of Dr. Shelby, which is always great. So
Yep.
I was very excited that it was Dr. Shelby.
The segment ended with him about to lose his shit.
Yeah.
Next week they should have Kane and Daniel Bryan
As special guests,
Yeah, they gotta come in.
we worked through our
outpatients. Come in and help out.
Well, if you notice, there was a picture of them on the wall.
Yeah,
the poster. It was a poster for Extreme Rules with them on it.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see Dr. Shelby still remembers them, or that they remembered him and sent him one.
By the way, how excited are we about Team Hell No reuniting?
That's actually one of our questions that came in from VSW.
Oh, and where are they from? Do they say where they're from?
It doesn't say. He's a regular. This is probably like now the 5th or 6th
I
question.
remember because I usually bust on him for sounding like DSW Shoe Outlet.
Yep. But he was, what are your thoughts on Team Hell No's reunion last week, and do we think it'll last long?
Probably not.
Not very long.
But
At least until the election's over.
I know, right? No, maybe November.
Yeah, but do we think they take the titles now because this is going to be a title shot?
No, I think Miz is going to cost them.
Are we going for
That'd be fun.
Brian Miz at SummerSlam?
That's what it's all building up.
That's what I think it's leading to.
Can you?
I hope so.
Would you be able to stretch that out to Mania though?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Dana Bryan did an interview somewhere, and he said something along the lines of, do you really expect that the WWE would have the patience or the ability to tell that story all the way to WrestleMania? Kind of being a dick about it and throwing it back at the writers, but also not wrong. Like, I can't say he's wrong. Maybe just the delivery wasn't the best if you're still working for the company, but what do I know? He's still working there. I'm not. So, but no, he threw it back at him. He's like, you could do it, but you think they're gonna? So maybe he's kind of hinting that it's happening at SummerSlam instead of WrestleMania.
I would love to see it stretched out to Mania.
It can be done.
For the title, maybe?
He's just saying he doesn't think that they have.
Right.
That they're gonna do.
I mean, it would be really. First of all, it's gone on over 3 years of him not wrestling, 2 years of him not wrestling. So it's already gone on that long.
Yeah.
It's just more of the prestige of a Mania match since it's been so long.
But SummerSlam is a big deal too. Like it's not as big a deal as WrestleMania, but SummerSlam is still a big deal because it's always positioned as up there with the greatest Royal Rumble. Wait until the fucking greatest Survivor Series comes around and it's goddamn 20-on-20 and giant ring in the middle of Saudi Arabia.
You can't even get regular Survivor Series right.
Survivor Series is just what they call living in Saudi Arabia.
It's a Russian dancing egg match.
Oh my god.
I apologize to any of our Saudi Arabian listeners.
Living in Saudi Arabia.
They're sleeping right now, Vince. It's okay.
They'll wake up and tweet us angrily.
I will have a fatwa put against me. I understand.
We like Roman Reigns too.
They all happen to like Roman Reigns. Oh,
all
man.
of them.
Oh god.
Amanda, your Twitter's gonna blow up.
Again.
I think you should do it every week. You should find a new creative way to say Roman Reigns sucks every week.
That's a good idea.
Spelling it out on like balloons.
Oh,
I want
no.
to see what happens.
Like
I want to see what
party
happens
banners.
when you do someone that's really like ridiculously beloved. And, like just do it to fuck with people. And
Daniel Bryan, call him a
happens.
vanilla midget.
Oh my god, if she did it to
just
Daniel
be like,
Bryan, forget it.
Vader sucks. I'm glad he's dead.
The only person that would jump on Amanda, that would give Amanda kudos for the Daniel Bryan if she did it, would be Vince.
Yeah.
I'd laugh. I'd encourage it just to see because that would rile people to fuck up.
During his match, and I call him a vanilla midget. That's it.
Oh my god.
This could be god.
Or
This is our
say
new
something like Ric Flair is the worst wrestler of all time or something.
But I need to spell it out in macaroni. It's the macaroni that really got me.
Yeah, it was the extra effort of putting macaroni into it.
We should make
I
this
don't
a new
insult
segment.
people.
How can we piss off
Macaroni
the fans
insults
every
people.
week?
They were more upset at the fact that I'm a grown woman, apparently, that plays with her food.
Oh, no, that's tough.
Amanda, you know the rules. You're not supposed to be a wrestling fan and be a girl.
Right?
You're only supposed to be in love with the wrestler. Like, like these people, I love Roman Reigns. He's my man. You're not supposed to like the wrestling part.
Yeah,
So
you're supposed to be like, oh my god, Roman Reigns is so sexy.
Exactly.
Every week we need Amanda's Twitter heel turn. And then we'll put up
that'll be a new
responses,
segment.
Right? That's our new segment.
Amanda's heel turn.
Heel turn.
We need a logo of her
I'm
holding a
into it.
chair.
We
I
got
know,
the
right?
3 and 5. Look what the cat dragged in, and Amanda's heel turn. I love it.
Yes, look what the cat dragged in with the Sable music. No, wait,
Maybe
we can't do the Sable music.
soon Kraft Dinner will sponsor me for alphabet mac and cheese.
There you go. Now, was that powdered or was it the cheesy packet? What were we working with here?
What's a cheesy packet?
Like there's one where it's powdery and you mix it with milk, but then the other one's just like Velveeta in a pouch and you squeeze it out.
That.
Oh man, you guys have milk in a bag, but they can't put cheese in a bag. That's tough. Yeah, it's basically like you open up the box and inside of the dry stuff is a packet, and instead of the dry like the powdered cheese, it's just like a block of the congealed fake cheese like Velveeta, and then melts out.
So much better.
I'm sure Kraft must make Kraft Foods is a fine company who we would gladly take a sponsorship from, and I'm sure that if you look, they would have a wonderful Kraft made with real 2% milk macaroni and cheese in a pouch for you. You can pay us anytime.
Love some mac and cheese?
Right? See? Kraft Foods, tweet us. Let us know.
So what other questions do we have?
Yes.
We had another question come in from Andre from New Mexico, who's another regular.
Hey, Andre.
And his question was, I don't even want to read this question. Do we think that we will get the reunion that we're all hoping for in John Cena and Nikki Bella?
Who's hoping for that?
Who's hoping for
Exactly. That's why I said I don't even want to read this.
Andre, where is he from?
New Mexico.
This is why we're building a wall. We got to deport people who are waiting for Nikki Bella and John Cena to get back together. That's the platform that we run on.
Aren't they already back together though?
I feel like they were never apart. I feel like this whole thing was fake.
I said that also from the
I feel
very
like they were never together.
Oh, you think this is all like a TV thing? Ah.
Not according to her Twitter yesterday. 5-minute long bad love song thingamajig that we're gonna be friends forever, and I hope one day we'll get back together and that I'll have his baby, but just not in the cards right now. And she gave the ring back.
Seriously?
She said that?
So,
Yeah.
so this person's asking about the reunion in general, not to see like them like in a wrestling capacity necessarily.
I think. Are you playing the Macho Man Elizabeth song? Yes.
And she John, I just feel like we've grown apart recently and we want different things. So I'm like giving you this ring back. And he takes his hat off.
That's my wedding.
Don't forget to use the word
Rubs,
don't forget to use the word literally like 1,000 times.
He takes his cap off, rubs the top of his head. Fine speech. Yeah, so I was waiting for this to queue up. I knew Kat would get a kick out of it.
That's my wedding song.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
But I'm still honestly though I'd still be okay with John and Nikki versus Daniel Bryan and Brie just one time.
Can we get Mike and Maria in on that?
They got a nice kickoff of like
Power of Love.
See, okay, that could be the next mixed match challenge. All of the couples.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So Dean and Renee have to compete.
We already saw Rusev and Lana together, and Jay.
Yeah, they actually acknowledged these people's relationships, which is nice. Instead of
Does anyone know when Dean Ambrose is set to come back?
I heard he is working out in the Performance Center. So
Yes, Seth Rollins is
dressed as the Mountie.
I feel like that's going to be a huge return.
Renee made him dress as the Mountie the other day.
Seth just did a podcast this week too that said he's hoping that he's looking before the end of this year, so either SummerSlam or Survivor. So probably then they're going to make him like some surprise member of Survivor Series.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Or they're really setting up this 2-on-1 with McIntyre and Ziggler against Seth. So maybe with Roman preoccupied with other things, good old Dino has to make the save once again.
I am so looking forward to that Iron Man match, by the way. That's amazing.
Yeah, that'll be
Match
good.
of the night already.
Yeah.
And we haven't even seen it yet.
Careful though, we've said this about matches before. So
yeah, like AJ Shinsuke.
yeah, every AJ Shinsuke match went from this is all going to be great to we hope it's going to be great to I hope they actually wrestle.
Well, the first one wasn't terrible at Mania until the low blow.
See, that got the biggest pop in the arena.
I agree, including me. I was jumping up and down at home, even though I should have been there. But
that's the last time we should have seen the low blow.
Yes.
Yes.
But no, 70
They killed it.
times.
I still cannot believe that the two Royal Rumble winners that we all predicted, neither one of them have a belt.
And neither one of them look like they're going anywhere towards the championship right now.
Yeah, let's put Asuka's going against James Ellsworth tonight.
This is how much I hate.
God,
This is how much I hate the low blow. I'd rather see Roman Reigns than the low blow again.
Oh. I can't go that far.
For reference, if anybody complained about Amanda's tweet, Eric just compared watching Roman Reigns to getting hit in the testicles. So, direct any hatred towards him, go for it at whatever social media. Complaint line. AskTheWarReport@gmail.com for all your complaints about this episode. I'm sure that were a lot.
No!
Yes.
What are the
6,000 emails now because you just said that? I'm going to kill you.
If we get more complaints than fan questions, we're on the wrong track. What were the Twitter questions? Because Steve said there were some Twitter questions.
I do not have those.
I don't.
Man, you have those?
I get them.
Yeah, get them loaded up. And while she does that, I'll just remind everybody you can send emails to AskTheWarReport@gmail.com, or you can use hashtag AskTheWarReport and tag me a date on social media, Instagram and Twitter. Would be the best place to do it.
And wait, here you go if you want a real laugh. Someone's actually listening live because we just did get another email in.
Did we get a complaint?
No, it's not a complaint.
Oh.
No, it's a complaint, but it's not
Sarah.
a complaint about. No, it's not Sarah either. Oh my God, I would freak out.
Sarah from Nebraska. Hi.
I would flip the fuck out if
still
it was
listening.
her. This is from, who does this say? This says Paul from Ohio, and I don't understand what the big deal is. It's a wrestling fan that could actually spell, so this should be a step in the right direction.
Oh man. So this guy doesn't even, I don't know if this guy knows because he might be a new listener. Congratulations, you've been entered in our drawing for a free WrestleRumble.com pick'em entry. See, I feel like he should just win because I feel like he's won
because you defended Amanda.
and because Amanda automatically has the Wrestle Rumble contact to get you that entry. So I think he's our winner for whatever the next pay-per-view is. Extreme Rules. WrestleRumble.com is a great pay-per-view pick'em. To get in, it's only $5. Starts at $5.
That's hysterical. I just went to go close the inbox, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this?
That's great. We got a new one. Thank you, sir or madam.
It's Paul. Yep.
Paul.
I love it.
Thank you, Paul.
It wasn't a complaint. Well, it was a complaint, but
right.
not
I was expecting to be,
that would have been hilarious.
Saying,
Well, man, is the chat going crazy with anything on YouTube or?
Yeah, there was some from No Holds Barred.
Oh, No Holds Barred.
Which is also who our question is from on Twitter. So their question is, what is your favorite gimmick pay-per-view of all time, and which one would you bring back?
Oh.
Well, I mean, come on, War Games is what you bring back.
That's up there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked World War III. Was it World War III with the 3 rings?
Yeah.
3 rings, 60-man battle royale, 20 guys in each ring. It was a goddamn mess because it was WCW, but I think WWE might be able to do something fun with that. But again, WWE is less inclined to fuck with the seating in an arena.
Yeah.
At least nowadays, but yeah.
In your house.
Just with the old set and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And then because that would be interesting because back then when they named the In Your Houses, they kind of fell in line with the story that was being told at the time.
Mind games.
Right. You'd have, the Canadian Stampede and this and that. Yeah.
Good friends, better enemies.
Yeah. See,
International incident.
They're all, and you could do shit like that again where you can have a one-off name for something like Rock Bottom or whatever. You know, find something, but In Your House, burn it down, and then the fucking house is burning. It's the set. I don't know. I can't do right. I'm not supposed. I shouldn't be doing your job for you. If you want me to do the job for you, you know how to find me.
But didn't Todd Pettengill actually call someone once and tell them they actually won a house?
That was the first one. I think they
they gave away a house to somebody.
Yeah, I remember that. So that was pretty cool.
Remember when Vince tried to give away the $1 million and try to dial the phone live on television and just was fucking terrible at it?
Yeah.
I usually pay somebody to do this for me.
No wonder the thing fell on you, Vince. Come on.
Do I gotta dial 1? Do I dial 1 or don't dial 1?
The best is some of the people for their machines. They had like wrestling theme songs. Like Austin's music started playing and shit.
One of them Never Gonna Give You Up, and they had to fucking kill the audio because he got rickrolled, and they don't have the rights or the license to play that music on live television. They had to fucking mute it.
Rolling people.
Vince had no idea what it. Oh, well, I guess he wasn't there. Next one. It's like fuck. That was a weird time period. So.
That was the day of answering machines when you played your wrestling music and you didn't leave a message.
Right. Oh, so to speak of gimmick matches that are or gimmick pay-per-views that I want to see come back, they only did this once with Survivor Series, and I understand why. But I liked the Ultimate Survivor match, where all of the survivors from the previous matches were split into 2 teams. And then there was Ultimate Survivor. Right, and they only did it once. And it was only for what? The Ultimate Warrior to win instead of Hulk Hogan?
Of
or
course,
Hulk
Pritchard, of all people, hates it, which is odd because he loves everything.
Who hates it?
Pritchard.
Really? He hated that?
Yeah. I'm like, what? That's a surprise because he usually
he
has
is
orgasms
defended
over every fucking thing.
He defends so much goofy bullshit on his show that he doesn't. He didn't like the Ultimate Survivor. I liked it. I liked that Ultimate Survivor. I bring it back.
I thought it was great, especially at that time, being the age I was. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 10 years old. It was awesome.
Now, what I would enjoy, and maybe I wouldn't because they'd find a way to fucking fuck this up. In the ring, either the Raw roulette or spin the wheel, make the deal, and spin the wheel live at the pay-per-view with no gimmicks, no magnets, no mechanical bits. You're spinning the wheel, and whatever it lands on, you're doing.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, this backstage. We're just going to cut to a shot backstage that totally wasn't filmed 3 hours ago. Oh, shit.
I'd also like them to do it where you don't have 3 titles that are exactly the same damn match.
You mean like a street fight, no holds barred, and
Extreme Rules? They're all the fucking same.
Yeah. Yep.
See, now that you're talking school with that, I forget what it was. I kind of have to go now with what was it, like the original Cyber Tuesday or Cyber Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh,
Taboo Tuesday.
Taboo Tuesday.
I just remember Snitsky saying Taboo Tuesday was funny.
But that was cool.
Yeah, that was a good one. Voting live except for that one time where it didn't work and you had Mason Ryan wrestling Sin Cara instead of Matt Sydal. I forget what he did.
Those were all. There's no way those weren't rigged at all. It's ridiculous.
I know, but there should be. That's what I'd be interested in seeing a more legitimized version of that, where we know that it's being.
But the concept.
Yeah, the concept is really good.
But if we're talking about Survivor Series, I wish they would actually
do Survivor Series again.
Yeah, do a regular, with team, team captains, team names, opponents, and partners that make sense in the storylines like they used to do.
Yeah,
it's not that hard. Or even if I even have an idea. If you like, for Vince, you just said the Ultimate Survivor thing.
Yeah.
Do a couple of matches, Raw versus Raw, and so all the Raw survivors versus all the SmackDown survivors in the Ultimate Survivor match.
Yeah,
and then you could like kind of bring in the bragging rights aspect of it.
You bring the bragging rights cup back or whatever. Yeah. That's not it's not a bad idea. We shouldn't be doing their job for free. They're getting paid very comfortably to produce this shit. They should just be doing it anyway. Like, these aren't terrible ideas. Throw them around, see what sticks. Like, pitch some new shit or go.
I mean, we're not asking for Abdullah the Butcher in the electric chair again,
No, that would be ridiculous.
Or RoboCop to come out.
Speaking of dumb stunts, I enjoyed Braun Strowman tipping over the porta potty, but there was absolutely no danger to it. It tipped over like 2 inches and fell gently down onto the side of something. It wasn't. If this was the Attitude Era, he would have hooked it up to a goddamn crane and like swung it around and smashed it into a brick wall or something. Like, there was no. There
it's
needed
different
more pageantry.
Than Foley and Funk in the dumpster.
Right, that's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing Foley and Funk going off the side in the dumpster and they fall like 10 feet and it goes boom. That's what they need.
All this did was turn Kevin Owens into a Smurf at the end.
He blew himself.
La, 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 la.
Yeah.
There's Gargamel when you need him.
But
yeah.
Gargamel.
Now they have something in Braun Strowman, and maybe they realize it. Maybe they don't. They should realize that they have something in Braun Strowman that they don't necessarily have in Roman Reigns right now. And I know we've beaten this to death, but I mean, this guy should be the top guy. He should be the main event guy. And I know he's not a fucking Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat technical wrestler. And I know he might not be the best promo in the world. But people are behind him. They enjoy the game.
Fans want to see him right now.
They know. They have to know, and they listen. They have something up their sleeve. They're gonna make it a big deal. I'm telling you, I think. Well, actually, my theory is gone because Brock's not going to be at SummerSlam now, right? That's the latest.
That's the latest, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean,
because Strowman cashing in on Reigns after Reigns beats Brock would be a hell of a thing.
That's what I'm thinking happens at SummerSlam if Brock is there.
Right. And I heard that might be just a ruse to get more heat on Brock.
Right.
To help Roman get over.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean,
goddamn. Brock that's going to work.
It'll work this time.
Yeah, as opposed to the other 95 million other times.
But it's like
it depends, because if Amanda puts it in a bowl of food, then it'll bring the heat.
Oh, yeah.
I know. We have to think. You know what? I want you to try, and I don't know how expensive these are. Don't go killing yourself over it. But you know when you're having a party and you get those things that spell out the little string paper letters that say happy birthday or congratulations, but they have ones where you can make your own words.
Yes.
You can either keep going, you can just do a different Roman Reigns every week in a different style, or you can pick a different wrestler. But I feel like you have to spell out that person's name sucks and then hang it on a wall with like a balloon or something and then take a picture of it. Just escalate is what I'm saying. Take this gimmick.
No, she needs to do that on Roman Reigns' birthday.
With a cake. No. I'll bake a cake.
You'll bake a cake and put Roman Reigns sucks on it. Oh no! When is his birthday? I feel like it just happened.
I feel like it just passed.
But with Braun, it's like he's Hansel. He's so hot right now.
May 25th. I can't wait that long. For the cake, I can wait. But for something else, we need
it's happening every week.
Every week we need a banner or a sky writing. Or if you have a drone and you just attach a big long thing to a back end of a drone.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a sign on my dog.
There you go.
And Facebook, we're gonna make you go viral.
Yeah.
More than you already are.
Yeah, just don't teach your dog how to do the Hitler salute. That has bad ramifications apparently.
Oh man.
Since we have about 5 minutes left, I think we should talk about Matt Cappotelli here.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Matt lost his battle with cancer a couple of days ago. He was co-winner of Tough Enough 3 with John Morrison. Mm-hmm. It's just so sad.
This was a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, I followed that story for years, and I heard at one point, he was in remission at one point, and it was.
I'll tell you right now, that should be a Warrior Award recipient next year.
I agree with you. I think he should definitely be the recipient if not, if you already have somebody in mind, give 2. Fuck it. It's a made-up award. You got to.
It would be nice to give that award to someone who's actually in the business, though. For one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
look, I'm not complaining about the past ones they've done. I'm just saying it would be nice.
Right, and I agree. I think he came.
He was a trooper through the whole thing too.
Yeah, he's.
And people. Bob Holly had nothing to do with it. All right, stop it.
Yeah.
No.
Ben was in tears on his live stream this morning talking about him. I was like sitting there sobbing.
Yeah, because he
was talking about the from the Ohio Valley days and everything.
Yeah, I mean this is I loved that particular Tough Enough season.
It was a great season.
Yeah, that was like the one everybody watched.
They had to make up for the previous one that had the 2 women. It was Jackie Gata and Linda Miles co-won that one, and a lot of people weren't big fans of that ending. So
yeah, they felt like there was no rule that said a man and a woman had to win.
Right, it wasn't like Maven and Nydia, the first one,
But I think that was the expectation. So when 2 women won and the guys didn't really get their shake, that was kind of what set people the wrong way. But I mean, who was in that second? I don't even know who was in that second season. Anybody that's still wrestling today? I'm gonna say that in like the Miz or somebody's gonna be on that season. No, he was on this season, right?
Miz was later.
On the same season.
Okay.
But this was just, they more than made up for it with this team. You know, these two, and him and Morrison were such good friends too.
Mm-hmm. And Maven is the one that gave him announced that even Matt won too. And someone's doing fireworks already.
Yeah.
Of course. Sun's down. Well, not even here. Sun's not down yet. But it was a positive, and it still is a positive story because the guy was a warrior and he fought all the way through. But there was a point where he was in remission and he started training again and was teaching classes and stuff like that. And, he thought maybe he could ride this one out, and it came back and it was just more aggressive. And unfortunately, that was it. So, he's a question mark in wrestling history. The same way Magnum TA is, and I know there's Magnum TA already kind of had a legacy of his own, but he hadn't reached the main event scene yet. But there are question marks of guys like that who got stopped in their prime of what would have happened. What would have happened with Owen? What would have happened with Magnum TA if he didn't get in that wreck? What would have happened to Draw? Yeah, where would Draw's career have gone? What would have happened with Matt Capitelli? There are question marks in wrestling history that you don't know what that resolution is, and you don't know what it would have been had things been different. So he's somebody I always remembered from wrestling because not just the notoriety of Tough Enough, but because of the story and getting.
And he was just a damn good human being,
right? He just was a nice guy,
stand-up guy.
Yeah,
it's somebody you wanted to see succeed, and this happens.
He seemed to be loved by everyone, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you want to go out. Yeah, even Bob Holly.
Yeah,
I met Bob Holly at WrestleMania weekend. He's a very nice guy, much bigger than I ever assumed he was from television, and
well, all these guys are. They're incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a giant human being, and I understand. I shook his hand, and he was nice. But what I'm saying is, I still got that. You get that feeling around somebody where you're like, this guy, on a bad day, would fucking break me in half, and then use my bones to pick his teeth. Like he wasn't mean or nothing. But I'm just saying he's got that old Southern, just kind of don't fuck with me kind of aura around him. It's like a sheriff or something.
You know what though? There's guys that I've had experience with interacting with, and where I had this expectation that they might be short and abrupt, but they were the nicest people. Like Ron Simmons was just like one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh yeah.
But I thought, for some reason in my head, I thought he was going to be a little short or abrupt with the things. But he was like, when I called him a legend to his face, and he was like so humbled by that.
Yeah, he's one of the good ones.
And Hillbilly Jim was also, well, Hillbilly Jim is one of those guys where you just assume he's nice, and he was. He's like the Tom Hanks of wrestling.
Yeah, that guy's, and I think at one point, because he's barely doing any wrestling related stuff aside from like autograph signings.
And he was still in ridiculous shape, and it was just like a year ago that I met him.
But he doesn't wrestle. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He's not one of those guys that's still like trying to go out there and wrestle at his age. He's he's kind of he made his money and put it in the right places. Steve,
by the way, I think if we ever get Maven on again, I'd love to have Maven's thoughts on Matt here.
Yeah. Well, that's something to.
I'm sure he's got some thoughts.
Yeah.
Good to have some perspective from Maven. So it is past 8. We'll let everybody get going to SmackDown. SmackDown Live has started. I don't know. It's probably AJ Styles or somebody in the ring. Who fucking knows? But we will.
Yeah, we don't have Ryan to spoil that for us.
Yeah, we aren't spoiling it yet. So check us out on YouTube. Podcast is live. every single Tuesday, 7 p.m. on Eastern Time. And you go to youtube.com, you type in Tag Me a Date, all one word, Tag Me a Date, squish it all together, no spaces. And you will find the Tag Me a Date channel where you can subscribe. It's better if you hit the bell, because when you hit the bell, it sends a notification to you when we go live or upload a video. Aside from that, you should check out tagmeadate.com, which is absolutely free to sign up. It is a dating site exclusively for fans of professional wrestling. And you can find your tag team partner amongst our roster of over 80,000 superstars and divas. Smartphone applications are on the way. And even so, you can go to tagmeadate.com right now. It's perfectly mobile compatible. You can send messages and emojis and gifts and all that stuff. And again, it's free. You don't have to worry about paying any kind of premium price right now. So sign up for tagmeadate.com. You can find your tag team match. And also, if you have a question for us, as I said earlier, AskTheWarReport@gmail.com. Hashtag AskTheWarReport on social media. And we have Instagram and Twitter at TagMeADate. So you can send any questions or anything that way, and we'll read them in the air. And if we read them on the air, you're entered into our WrestleRumble.com pay-per-view pick'em contest, where once a month we give a free entry away to a WrestleRumble.com pay-per-view pick'em. And if you enjoy pay-per-view pick'ems and you want to pay for them, it starts at only $5 at WrestleRumble.com. So I think that's it for this week. Send your questions, send your comments, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. on Eastern Time for another edition of The War Report. Thank you for listening.